Yeah, it's Travis Tigert, and I'm the CEO here at the U.S. Anti-Doping Agency.
Perfect. And then the Clean Sports Summit to support service to athletes recently just happened. Tell us what it was.
Yeah, we had a great day and a half up in Denver, had over 30 organizations, close to, over 100 people, where we came together to support clean sport and the rights of athletes to an equal, playing field and a level playing field, so that their dream to, one day, whether it's compete in the Olympic Games or win the New York Marathon or whatever it may be, can be fulfilled, and that their hard work and sacrifice, doing it the right way, playing by the rules, being the role models that we need them to be, can be honored and respected. And so we came together, and yeah, it was a great day and a half, and hopefully allows us to now go forward in our own organizations. We obviously run the program here in the Olympic Paralympic movement. Many of the national federations were there, so USA Swimming, USA cycling, volleyball, those types of organizations were all there, and so they can now go back to their organizations and support athletes in the way that they should be supported.
Yeah. And I guess if someone is watching this, kind of just put into perspective why it's so important to do these.
Yeah, well, it's the opportunity for athletes to play the right way. I mean, we live, as we all know, in a world where it seems like you have to cheat to get ahead, become a fraud in order to be successful. And it's not just sport, right? It's, you look at politics, or, I mentioned the university president at Stanford University just recently resigned under allegations that he, didn't, follow the ethical rules around some research that he had done. And so you see this almost at every turn, and sport is a reflection to some extent of society. And so us being able to protect sport and making sure that those, that win at all cost culture doesn't seep its way further into sport, and most importantly, doesn't, rob those who are playing by the rules their equal opportunity to compete and truly be, the role models that we need them to be. And so now is the time to double down on sport with, name, image, and likeness, which has gotten a lot of conversation in the college setting, money being paid directly to athletes. Of course, we know the spigot of money is flowing into sport like never before. And so there are a lot of people dreaming of being a professional or Olympic, Paralympic athlete. And there are a lot of people willing to go to great lengths in order to be successful. We just have to make sure that they all remember that, cheaters never win and winners never cheat, and that the system is there to support clean athletes and those that are doing it the right way, to ensure that they can not only compete, but win by playing, within the rules of the sports that they compete in.
Yeah. And like you mentioned with Olympic and Paralympic athletes, and with, Colorado Springs being Olympic City, is it important to kind of bring that message here?
Yeah, absolutely. We need the U.S., but certainly the United States Olympic and Paralympic Committee and us at USADA, we're independent of them, but we play, a partnership along with them to ensure that the teams that we send, whether it's the upcoming 2024 Olympic Games, Paralympic Games in Paris next summer, less than a year away, basically, or the World Athletics Track and Field Championships start, I think, this Friday, and we've got one of the top teams going there, that we have to lead from the front, and we have to set the example that, hey, the rules of sport actually matter, and doing it the right way actually matter, and that young kids growing up who want to be healthy and, safe and chase their dream to one day stand on the podium or play in a professional sport, when they see Olympic, Paralympic athletes, they can have hope that, hey, you don't have to become a drug user, break the rules, become a fraud in order to be successful. You can actually do it the right way, and then we can hold out our Olympic, Paralympic athletes as the true champions and role models that we all want them, and so desperately, frankly, in this culture, need them to be.
Yeah. And have you done obviously these in the past, and then do you have any more lined up in the future?
We did them pre-COVID, so it was great, sort of post-COVID, bringing everyone back together in the way that we did, and we'll plan, some every 18 or 24 months to bring people together. I mean, we're constantly out educating directly to athletes, to individual NGBs, coaches, medical professionals who may advise athletes on the importance of these issues. This was, as I said, the first one since COVID, where we brought all the federations together and other organizations, the United States Olympic Paralympic Committee and others, to participate in this type of forum. But we certainly plan on doing it again, and want to make sure the athletes and those who advise athletes have all the tools they need, and are obviously convinced that winning the right way is the only true way to be a real hero and to compete.
Yeah. And if someone is watching this and is interested in learning more, how can they do that from you guys?
Yeah, I mean, going with a ton of resources on our website. We encourage, whether you're a parent, a coach of a youth athlete, our True Sport program, or if you're, advising an elite level athlete, you can go directly to our website, usada.org, and both of those actually will link to our youth resources that might be more appropriate for community programs, as well as give elite athletes the tools they need to be successful if they are in a testing program, ours or any other one.
Perfect. Do you have anything else that you want to add?
No, I just really appreciate, the interest. It's an incredibly important topic, fairness in sport, ensuring clean athletes have the right to compete the right way and win, frankly, the right way. And there's no greater time right now for us to all double down on our efforts to ensure that their right to compete in a healthy and safe and fair way is protected. So really appreciate the interest, and anything we can do for anyone that may be watching or listening, happy to answer any questions, and we're there to support athletes doing it the right way.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much.
Appreciate your interest. Thank you.
Yep.